you going, boss?
I got business.
A lucky stiff.
A stiff is a boring, very conventional person. The idea of stiff is something that doesn't move. It's not very flexible. So typically the idea of flexibility and the ability to change is associated with a more interesting person, whereas somebody that doesn't change, they're the same all the time, they say the same boring things, that would be associated with stiffness. They're not really able to change very easily, or they don't want to change very easily. So that's certainly one easy origin of the word. You can also think of a stiff as a slang word for a dead body. They would see these gangster movies, they always talk about some stiff as a dead person. So that's another way of looking at it. This is a person, they're so boring that it's almost like they're dead. Stiff can also be used to refer to a conventional person who's not really in a position of changing their environment very much. So somebody works for the company, they're just a working stiff. That means they do what they're told, they get paid, they go home. So don't blame them for the problems of the world. They're just an ordinary stiff. So in this sense, a stiff would be a member of the working class, oftentimes in a blue-collar job, who would be referred to as a working stiff. Similarly, you can talk about a lucky stiff. Now, this is a person who is blessed with some sort of luck. Maybe they won the lottery, maybe they got just a beautiful, beautiful wife, or something wonderful happened to them. And maybe they didn't deserve it so much, or maybe they did deserve it. But the idea is that there's a certain amount of luck that was involved in getting what they got. So they are a lucky stiff. A lucky stiff is a good thing. It's a person who gets luck, who gets some sort of luck in their life. It could be somebody that has a nice car. You could say, what a lucky stiff to be able to afford a nice car like that. So in this sense, you can think of a lucky stiff as being just an ordinary, conventional person, an ordinary Joe, a typical Jack, who gets good things in their life for some reason. For example, their rich uncle dies, and who they didn't even know, and they inherit $5 million. That would be a lucky stiff. It was just good luck that came their way. A stiff can also refer to an excessively decorous person. This would be a person who takes conventional norms of society and stretches them to excessive limits. For example, maybe it's a man, he lives alone, and he has matching placemats. And you might think, what does he need matching placemats for? It's just not necessary. Or somebody who they prepare their hair, they comb it just in some perfect sort of way, or their tie is always perfectly straight. They spend an excessive amount of time trying to fit into societal norms. That person can also be referred to as a stiff. So stiff can cover a wide range of meanings, from somebody that's very unlucky to somebody that's very lucky, but the common meaning is conventional. I was working for this company, and we were all just typing away with those numbers, and then one of the guys in the office, he's got kind of friendly with the boss. And she ended up making him the manager of the entire department when she got a promotion. So we all thought, what a lucky stiff. He was no different than any of us, and he ended up becoming the manager. I was talking to my friend John, and I asked him who he was going to vote for. He said, you know something, it doesn't really matter who I vote for. I'm just an ordinary stiff, and whatever I think doesn't really matter. ESL-fullsteamahead.com